Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Mr. Anger, back with you for another quick episode of the Mr. Anger Show. Just got finished watching the Dark Tower trailer for the movie. Um, it looks pretty good. It does. I have to, I have to grant and admit that they changed the story. I mean, I'm a fan of the books. I've read all the books. I've read them several times. One of the few books that I read over and over again, just because I love the story. They've changed the story, but people got to remember adapting a movie from a book, you can't be 100% accurate because some things from the book medium will not transfer well over to the film medium. It just doesn't work that way. I wish it did. I wish it was easy as everybody thinks it is to go, okay, well, the book says this. You'll run into a lot of boring stuff if you went word from a book. And with a movie, you're trying to get to the points and get it done quickly. So you got to cut out some unnecessary parts and some parts that people would want to see, but unfortunately don't get to see it because this part it's a little bit long and extended. And in a movie, you only got a 2-hour time frame. A book you can sit down, take your time with, and read at your own leisure. A movie, you're cramming all that information from a book into a 2-hour slot. So it's very hard to translate well from a book to a movie. So the story is not always going to be 100% correct. I mean, on the movie. A lot of people were complaining about the diversity issue and making the gunslinger the color that he's not in this trailer. The guy that's playing the gunslinger, I like him. I really do. I enjoy some of the shows that he's done, some of the movies that he's done. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it now. But it's like Idra or Idra or something like that. He's a good actor. Don't get me wrong. But I would stick. Personally, I would have preferred they stuck close to the source material. When I read the books, I always pictured somebody like Clint Eastwood, Kevin Costner, old leathery, guys. Because the character, what described in the book was, of course, Caucasian. But, that first impressions is key here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why let me try to explain this a certain way. When you get the first impressions stick with people. Everybody knows that saying. So people will want to go with their first impressions of what they thought from the book, and their impressions want to be carried over. People want want that transferred over to film. I'd love to see Clint Eastwood play the gunslinger, but he's too old. His son's pretty good, but he's not that great of an actor. I think he's done one movie that I've actually really enjoyed. Clint Eastwood's son looks like a spitting image of his father, but I mean, they could have gotten several other people to play that are well known and could have done it. Kevin Costner that fit the description of the gunslinger a heck of a lot better. Walter Coggins, Timothy Olyphant, just to name a few. But at the same time, I do understand this is going to be a lot of people's first impression. A lot of people that will go see this have not read the books. So to them, the gunslinger will be this guy that's playing in the movie. That will be their first impression. Our first impression, for those that read the books, were what the book said the guy was. So, yeah, I would have liked to see, somebody like Kevin Costner, Timothy Olyphant, or Walter Goggins, or somebody of that nature play the gunslinger and kept true to the source material because that first impression was strong. It's strong enough to make me read the books over and over again. So, but he can do a great job at this. Who knows? That's why I'm not going to rush out to theaters to see it. He is a great actor. I've enjoyed everything that he's played so far in the movies and the shows that he's played. But yet again, I haven't seen him do a really good action role like this one. And so, I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit skeptical on somebody breaking into new territory. Matthew McConaughey, he always does great as a villain. If you do not believe me and you're not easily offended, go watch Killer Joe. He does a great job in there as a villain. I loved it. Loved it. I think he actually performs better when he's a bad guy than when he's playing a good guy. So I'm really looking forward to Matthew McConaughey in the movie. I'm looking forward to the other guy who's playing the gunslinger in the movie. Is it something I'm going to rush out the theaters to see? No. Now remember, people were complaining about graphics in this. This isn't a finished product yet. So you can't really judge graphics until it's actually finished, because they might polish some things up a lot more by the time it's released. So, calling out the graphics right now is kind of a little bit, premature. I'll wait until the movie is finished, As far as all the other stuff, the people who read books, books is not, like I said, I'm not going to translate it over to a film 100%, and you got to remember that. Now, as far as, the inclusive part and changing the colors and, of characters and stuff like that, it depends on how you go about this. I mean, it depends on, if you read the books and you're used to that being in your mind, then yeah, you might have a problem with that, because you're so you've already pictured someone and made that first impression in your mind. But if you've never read the books, this probably doesn't seem like a big deal to you. And, as far as I'm concerned, I'm willing to watch it and give the guy, he's, like I said, a great actor, so I'm going to give him the proper due respect and watch it and judge for myself whether or not he does a good job at playing the gunslinger or not. I could care less that they changed the color, but it's not exactly what I envisioned, but I wish they would have stuck true to the source material. Other than that, I mean, I really can't complain. I mean, I know they changed the story, but like I said, you can't 100% a book to a film, two different mediums. I mean, y'all can argue about this all you want to. I'm going to see it. I'll probably wait till DVD or it comes out for, one of the streaming networks or something like that. It's not something I'm going to rush out to the theaters and see, because I've read the books enough. I know the books so well that, I can tell. I've always had a problem with going to see a movie that's based off a book. I always have, because I always end up walking out of the theater going, that's crap. So I want to give it time to run in theaters, get some consensus of what people who have gone to see it think. I have some friends who've already said, hey, well, we might go to a theater, when it reaches the $5 theaters, would you be interested in one that? I might go to that. I don't know, it's very rare. Very, very rare. I mean, it's very rare that a film based off of a book impresses me. And that's a shame. I'm Mr. Anger. Y'all can debate about the movie all you want to. Like I said, it looks good. I hope the movie does well. I hope it turns out to be awesome, But I'm going to go with this like I do with any other movie that's based off of a book. I will wait until video where it's free and then watch it. And then that way I'm not wasting a fortune going to a theater just to sit there and go, that was crap, and walk out and be pissed. So I'll just wait until a little bit later when it's free or on DVD or something, and I got nothing else to watch or nothing else to do, or and then give it its fair shot then. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all want to go to the theaters and see it? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you have any concerns about the movie down in the comment section below. I don't know what it is about this inclusivity thing that's getting people riled up, because first impressions are a good thing. People keep first impressions for quite some time, and that's what movie people who make movies are forgetting. Like, take the remake of the Ghostbusters. Everybody's first impressions were already made. The impressions of who the Ghostbusters are, was made during the first film. Just like changing Thor from a man to a woman, people already have that impression of what Thor is from the movies that have been presented so far, and to change that character all of a sudden would just be it's going to cause, people to go, okay, well, this isn't what the first impression of it was. It just depends on people's first impressions of things. Like the Karate Kid, they redid that and changed the color palette of the characters in there too, and it was decent. It was decent, but I'm sorry, whoever that boy is, that kid that played Mr. Miyagi's, or played Jackie Chan's, the boy that played in it, he's just not that good of an actor, and it's no offense towards him or anything. Yeah, I guess it is offensive towards him. I mean, I swear every movie that I've seen with him in it hasn't been good at all. So, I think his acting ability was not up to par to what was being presented. Um, you know, People are going to remember their first impressions. Mr. Miyagi and the original Karate Kid. Changing things up to become all-inclusive, you got to remember there's a lot of people out there with those first impressions still ingrained into their head. So it's kind of hard to change those perceptions because the first impressions make a lasting impression. I don't know. Continue the conversation and discussion in the comment section below. I'm Mr. Anger. Y'all have a good day.